Good morning and welcome to Wolfspeed's celebration of the first, largest, and only 200mm silicon carbide wafer facility in the world. And man, does that feel good to say. Hi everybody, I'm Richard Curtis, here to take you to the ins and outs of this ribbon cutting. And congratulations, because you have front row seats to all the action. I'm gonna take you to all the hot spots. We're gonna talk to VIPs along the way, so buckle up, it's gonna be a great morning. In just a little bit, we're going to get things started and we're going to talk to the people that made this thing happen, including President and CEO of Wolfspeed, Gregg Lowe, who's just due to kick this thing off here in just a few minutes. But let's talk about this beautiful facility behind me. It does not get any better than this. We're in Mohawk Valley in upstate New York, sandwiched right between the Catskill and Adirondack Mountains, about a stone's throw from Utica, which is right down the road. But this place is beautiful. I like to call this the castle on the hill, because when you turn off the highway and you pull up the drag, this building just represents what the future is all about, and it is gorgeous. So much love and affection has been put into this place since they broke ground in November, so there's so much to look forward to, and we're now just minutes away from that grand opening. But this building is really where it gets impressive, is inside these walls. It's a state-of-the-art, fully automated power wafer fabrication facility that will be automotive qualified, and that's so important. And it's going to dramatically increase the capacity for Wolfspeed's silicon carbide devices. Here's where it blows my mind. We are looking at 674,000 square feet behind me, and it does not get much bigger than that. And it's all to create that next generation. Not only that, but this is $1 billion investment for Wolfspeed here to make that future happen. But one thing they've kept in mind while they've always done these renovations and now building something brand new is how to keep this environmentally friendly. They've been conscious on all these different tiers, and this is an absolute state-of-the-art building for the environment. Now, it's because of all those features, you can really feel how much energy they all have. And we are headed back to the podium right now where President and CEO Gregg Lowe is about to kick this thing off. Let's enjoy the show.
Oh, we'll try again. There we go. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. What a great crowd, and welcome for those of you who are new to Oneida County. And please take a look around inside and out. It's one hell of a view, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Please. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what the future looks like. Welcome to the future. And this is so exciting for me to be here today and with all of you, and I can't tell you what an honor it is. And I want to thank Gregg Lowe, who you'll hear from in a moment, and the entire Wolfspeed team for allowing me this honor and opportunity. And there are numerous dignitaries and electeds in the audience that I will if you forgive me, I know that Gregg wants to recognize those, but to all of my colleagues, to all of the business leaders and community leaders in here, and especially to our governor, Kathy Hochul, thank you for being with us today. And everybody should know about this project. Obviously, it's been decades in the making. Over that time, there have been, just as an aside, there have been 5 presidents, 5 governors, 5 members of Congress, 3 county executives. But our history-making governor is here, and that's what we're most proud of today. And I want to thank her again. We have witnessed booms and cycles throughout this economy and throughout this industry over the years. We've all traded in a flip phone and a beeper and a pager for an iPhone, and then a BlackBerry, then an iPhone, and here we are. We started this journey way back in 1998. Think about that, 1998. And we knew it would take time. We knew it would take a lot of hard work and investment. And most of all, we knew it would take patience. And if you want to know about patience, just ask my good friend and Steve DeMio, who has done a great job with this. Steve, thank you. And I would obviously be lying if I told you there weren't times when our patience was tested. And while we did experience some disappointment over time, as we all know, as the saying goes, one door closes, another opens up, and Wolfspeed opened that door for us, and we are so grateful for them for doing that today. And Wolfspeed is not just another technology company. They are obviously at the heart of enabling one of the most exciting and fastest growing industries in the world, electric vehicles, and you're going to hear from Lucid's chairman in a while as well to talk about that, Eric Bach, and we're so glad that he is with us. From this day forward, the town of Marcy and Oneida County are at the epicenter of this transformational industry. But it's not just the technology that has us excited. It's really the people, the leadership of this company, and the ethos of this company that is so important and so much of what we have looked for in our first tenant here at Marcy Nano Center. Thank them for me again, please. This will probably sound a little corny, but with Wolfspeed, it was really love at first sight. From day one, they have felt like they belong. I mentioned many times about how they were great corporate citizens even before the shovel went into the ground on this site and before they began to build. In CEO Gregg Lowe, who has become a great friend, and Wolfspeed is led by an individual who's not just an incredible vision for this company and industry, but for anybody who doesn't know, he can be a bit of a rebel. And he's not afraid of taking chances. And that is what led him to divest Cree from LED lighting and invest Wolfspeed in Silicon Carbide manufacturing. Not sure if everyone knows this, but Gregg sits on the board of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And, you know, when we saw that, it made sense. He has the heart of a rock and roller. And that's why Wolfspeed is here. We built this fab on rock and roll, as it goes. But it's because of the energy, it's because of the passion, it's because of a great team that has been assembled here, and it just continues. And so to all that have been a part of this over the years, my colleagues in government on the state level, the Board of Legislators, all of those who have been a part of this, the town of Marcy, everyone, there's so many to thank. But today is about this celebration. It's about Wolfspeed. It's about this fab. It's about the world's largest being right here in Oneida County. So please put your hands together, stand up, thank the person responsible, and allow me to introduce a great friend of myself now, but more importantly, a great friend and a partner here in Oneida County, Gregg Lowe.
Well, thank you, and wow, thank you very much, Tony. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the warm welcome. But I got to tell you that the warm welcome really started when Wolfspeed made the announcement back a couple years ago that we were expanding here in New York. And I remember the phone calls, the emails, the congratulations, the thank yous, and all of that kind of stuff. And during the announcement, which we held just right downtown, you know, the local townsfolk came out in droves. And it was really exciting to see because the townsfolk welcomed us. They brought us homemade cookies and pastries, and even some tomato pies. Now, I got to tell you, not as a native here, I was a little skeptical about a pie filled with tomatoes, but I got to tell you, I've become a big fan. So, and here you are again, welcoming us once again as we officially open our doors, which is an exciting day for us. I couldn't be more thankful for your ongoing support, and that's come from every corner of the local community. So I'd like to extend my welcome to all of our guests that are joining us here today. First and foremost, Governor Kathy Hochul. Thank you. Empire State Development President Hope Knight. Mohawk Valley Edge President Steve DeMio and the Edge team. Representatives from U.S. Senator Gillibrand's office, Isabella Mu and Jared Jones. Joe Nemi from U.S. Senator Chuck Schumer's office. New York State Senator Joseph Griffo. New York Assembly members Marianne Buttonshone and Brian Miller. Of course, Oneida County Executive Tony Picante. Oneida County Industrial Development Agency Chair David Groh. Members of the Oneida County Board of Legislators. Utica Mayor Robert Palmieri. Thank you. Rome Mayor Jacqueline Izzo. Town of Marcy Supervisor Brian Scala. Suny Poly Acting President Todd Larson. Mohawk Valley Community College President Randy Van Wagener and our friend Frank DeRoas. The team from New York Creates, led by David Anderson and Doug Gross. New York State Economic Development Council Executive Director Ryan Silva. The entire Lucid Motors team, including Senior Vice President of Product and Chief Engineer at Lucid, Eric Bach, and Director of Purchasing, Robert Walton. Eric, thank you. Stefan von Schuckmann and Julian Fires from Zahnradfabrik Friedrichshafen. I saw Julian over there somewhere. There you are. Excite, National Grid, and all Wolfspeed partners and suppliers. All of the state and community partners who have assisted us in making today's event possible, thank you. And then finally, the members of the board of the Wolfspeed Board of Directors, as well as the Wolfspeed employees and their families who played a major role in building this wafer fab. Thank you, all of you, for joining us today, and it's my great honor to officially welcome you to the first, the largest, and the only 200-millimeter silicon carbide fab in the world. Awesome stuff. There you go. Zelo and I got to put you on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame board. To start us off, I'd like to bring someone up who knows a thing or two about the impact a new business like this would have on the local community. New York Governor Hochul is a tireless advocate for her state and for bringing the semiconductor industry to New York. In fact, the state has invested hundreds of millions of dollars into developing shovel-ready sites for chip plants like this one right behind me. Please join me in welcoming New York Governor Kathy Hochul.
Thank you. Thank you, Gregg. This is such an extraordinary day. First of all, it's not snowing. It snowed just a couple days ago, but you can't make this up. It is so beautiful to be here. And it's really just heartwarming to see the faces in this crowd, to know what people from this area have gone through for decades. I'm from another place down the road called Buffalo, New York, the other end of the Erie Canal. And the Erie Canal was really the great link that brought New York City from being just this little village to being the powerhouse that it is because of commerce that came right through the backyards of the Mohawk Valley and onward to the Great Lakes. That is the legacy of building and manufacturing and a strong work ethic that today serves us so well. Because when employers are trying to decide where to go, and I just say, do you want to go to the place that has the most hardest working individuals, the ones who value education, their families, who understand long-term commitments to an employer who takes care of them? That's what you get when you come to upstate New York. So to Gregg and the entire team at Wolfspeed, I am so proud that you are so smart to discover us. And to Eric Bach, you'll be talking about your phenomenal vehicles. And I know Lucid's made in Arizona, and Arizona is certainly a nice place, but can't you just see great manufacturing right here? I think we got some room here. Do we have any extra room here? I see a lot of space. I think we could take good care of you there, Eric, too. So I never stop pitching this state. So delighted to have you here as well, and your innovation, your genius behind the product that you'll be talking about more of in a couple minutes. Hope Knight, the head of Empire State Development, she has become a leader throughout this state, and her knowledge of how we can make that connection between government resources and the private sector vision and marry them together to result in a place like we are here today. So Hope Knight, thank you so much. Great local partners. I come out of local government 14 years, and I used to do everything I could to pitch businesses to come to my hometown. I would do whatever it took. I was from Buffalo. I'd bring them a plate of chicken wings and say, whatever it takes to keep you here. So I'm a deal maker from heart, my very beginning, to make sure that we get people who want to be in an area, get them to stay and make sure they prosper. So I want to thank our local county executive here, Tony Picante, who has that same passion for making sure that people feel welcome here in Oneida County in this area. So I want to thank him for his leadership. Great to have partners in Albany. Senator Joe Griffo, I want to thank you for just being such a champion for this region, and Assembly Member Marianne Buttonshone, who's just done an incredible job in her tenure as well. I know the mayor of Utica very well. Got some great sport teams over in Utica, so if you guys want to watch a little hockey and some sports over there, make sure you go see Mayor Palmieri. I'm sure he'll take you out to a nice dinner too. City of Rome Mayor Jackie Izzo, great friend. We've walked to your committee many times. And the town of Marcy supervisor. How do you land this one? When I was in local government, if I had brought something like this, they would have put me on a shrine someplace. So congratulations to Brian Scala for his work too, and Steve DeMaio, thank you for all you do. There's a little place far, far away called Silicon Valley. You ever hear of that? Yeah, it's kind of overrated. I want to be the first to welcome you to Silicon Carbide Valley, because this is the future. This is the future. And to have $1 billion state-of-the-art fabrication facility here with over 600 jobs coming. I think we got about 200 now. 200 already? That's good. Can I hear 300? Do I hear 400? You'll get there. But also, it's not just the jobs today, but also creating this whole ecosystem where all the media here is going to make sure everybody else knows about this, and everyone's going to say, I'm missing a good game if I don't show up in the Mohawk Valley. Because this is where it's all happening, my friends. I can feel the energy. And as the governor, I'm going to keep directing resources and people who want to be part of the whole new future and tell them it's happening right here. And I've said that with respect to when I announced my very first the state address, my first budget. I said, everybody else who's been hit so hard by the pandemic, you do not want to miss the greatest comeback in the history of this nation of what we're doing right here in the state of New York. You have shown your faith in us. the whole team, and I think I met many of your board of directors, the true believers who believe in not just this company, but in this region. And that's why we bring you cookies and things like that. It is a big deal to us that you're here. It really is a big deal. So we'll never take for granted, like some other big area that sees a lot of businesses come and go. You're part of the family now. And that's the difference you get when you come to a place like Oneida County or anywhere in the Mohawk Valley. We treasure you as friends and neighbors now. And I know that word is going to get out. The other people are going to be part of that whole story. And we're going to make sure that the future continues to be built right here in Marcy. And this is going to really help jumpstart our recovery. And I'm going to make a commitment to you. I will make sure that you have the talent you're looking for. You tell us now, not just the skills you're looking for in your workforce today. You guys are visionaries. You've already figured out what you need 5 to 10 years down the road. You're already innovating into the future. Tell us those skills, and I'll make sure that the world-class institutions of higher education that are right here in the Mohawk Valley are teaching those skills. So there's a direct pipeline for individuals, especially individuals who've come to this part of our state and our country in search of a better life. Yes, this area was built by hardworking immigrants like my grandparents, but also we have new immigrants. And I think places like the Mohawk Valley and city of Utica and places like this, they're so welcoming to people from around the world. The refugees that are coming here are part of that whole story as well. So you can diversify your workforce, get the most fascinating individuals all right here in the Mohawk Valley. So my commitment is to make sure you have those employees as well. And so Wolfspeed, the synergy between you and Suny Poly is going to only deepen and strengthen. That is my commitment. And build on one of the top semiconductor ecosystems already in the country. 88 semiconductor establishments already statewide. They right now, to this day, have nearly a $5 billion economic impact, and we're just getting started, supporting over 34,000 high-wage jobs. Yes, my friends, you're witnessing the future, as you heard from the county executive. And from this day forward, people are going to say, why aren't you here in New York State, in the Mohawk Valley, right here on this beautiful mountaintop overlooking Silicon Carbide Valley. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Governor Hochul, and I applaud the Silicon Carbide Valley. That's really awesome. Thank you. And congratulations, by the way, on last week's announcement. We look forward to working together with you to help New York build its become a semiconductor hub. So thank you very much for you. I will tell you, and we mentioned a little bit earlier in our conversation, the state has been a terrific partner as we built this fab. We did the whole thing during COVID, and your kind remarks echo the wonderful support that we had all during that time. So thank you for that. Now, earlier today, Wolfspeed officially announced our partnership with Lucid Motors to supply silicon carbide devices to the Lucid Air, their new car. The Lucid Air is an all-electric car. It has every bell and whistle that you can imagine, and it runs on silicon carbide. It is breaking all kinds of electric vehicle records, including driving range and recharge time. We're delighted to be a partner with Lucid Motors as we help the transition from the internal combustion engine, or the ICE vehicle, to a zero-emission electric vehicle. And indeed, our goal is to drive the end of the ICE age itself. To give you a little bit more insight about the Lucid Air, I'd like to turn things over to Eric Bach, Lucid's Senior Vice President of Product and his Chief Engineer. Eric?
Thanks, Gregg. And for a moment, I thought you were going to say it runs on electric fumes, because that's kind of what efficiency feels like. So good afternoon, everyone. We are very, very excited to be here, along with New York's esteemed Governor Hochul. And we are very thrilled to help our technology partner, Wolfspeed, to celebrate the grand opening of their world-class Mohawk Valley Silicon Carbide manufacturing facility here in Marcy, New York. I just wanted to take a moment and introduce Lucid. Our mission is to inspire the adoption of sustainable transportation through designing and delivering the most captivating luxury electric vehicles in the world. Headquartered in Silicon Valley, in California, still, we design, develop, and manufacture our own EV powertrain technology fully in-house. And we build cars in our own factory in Arizona, still, out of the first purpose-built electric vehicle manufacturing plant in North America. Today, we are very, very proud to announce that we will be partnering with Wolfspeed to source the highest quality silicon carbide components here in the state of New York, providing even more American jobs for EVs. Lucid's proprietary powertrain technology is at the core of what makes Lucid Air the most advanced and most efficient luxury electric vehicle in the world. With a perfect blend of high performance and high efficiency, Wolfspeed's innovative silicon carbide MOSFET power semiconductors are an ideal fit for Lucid's advanced technology. The Lucid Air's inverter, which is the control module and power driver that makes the electric motor turn, with a perfect blend of the high performance and high efficiency, Wolfspeed's innovative silicon carbide is the ideal fit for us, as I said. And our inverter features Wolfspeed's XM3 silicon carbide chips. It's a very specific type, and it's running, as I learned, in the fab right now. And we need every single one of those. So we are ramping up manufacturing of our Lucid Air right now in Arizona, and we need every single silicon carbide chip that we can get. It's the most efficient switching device in the world. And it enables the miniaturization of our powertrain. Some of you may have seen our electric drive unit over on the stand there. It's a 163-pound electric drive unit, which comprises the electric motor, the transmission, the differential, and the power electronics in 74 kilograms or 163 pounds, and it does 670 horsepower. No longer a 12-cylinder engine. And that miniaturization is fueled by silicon carbide out of this factory very soon. And it enables a change in the packaging of the electric vehicle that we've entertained in the Lucid Air. So what we call the space concept is what we've exemplified in a sedan, because it's really hard to design a compact vehicle with enormous interior space. So the footprint of the Lucid Air is that of an E-Class Mercedes or a 5 Series BMW. But the inside gives you interior legroom that is bigger than in a long wheelbase Mercedes S-Class or a long wheelbase 7 Series BMW. And that's all possible through miniaturization and rethinking how to package an electric vehicle. On top of that, the Lucid Air over there on display also has a front drive unit. So it's got two motors. And despite a second motor in the front, we have the world's largest front trunk embedded into the vehicle with about 280 liters of storage space. Now I have to divide by 3.8 for gallons, but it's really big, and you can fit 5 people in the car. You've got a typical sedan trunk that has a second story down, and you've got 280 liters up front. And that's a world of package space that very, very few others will ever manage to put into their vehicles, despite this being a luxury sedan. So that's actually why we are excited to announce today that we've signed a multi-year agreement for Wolfspeed to supply their advanced silicon carbide semiconductors for the Lucid Airs. The Lucid Air is an award-winning EV. It's won the Motor Trend Car of the Year Award 2022. And that is our first vehicle. As the world advances towards an all-electric future for transportation, silicon carbide technology is at the forefront of the industry's transition to EVs, and that enables superior performance, range, and even charge times. The partnership gives Lucid access to increased capacity as we continue to ramp production for the Lucid Air, delivering the world's most advanced luxury vehicles to customers in North America and very soon in Europe too. We truly believe this is a global technology race set to play out over the coming years, and we must remember that not all EVs are equal. Now, what does that mean? In our opinion, efficiency distinguishes technology leaders and should be viewed as a key metric in this EV transition, because not only EVs consume less power or less energy in the end per driven mile, but the efficient ones use even less. And that's why it's key. We want to reduce the carbon footprint by using less energy per mile driven. Lucid's technology enables faster charging, greater efficiency, and a longer range, as well as better performance. Things that were unheard of coming in one single product. Performance or efficiency, the Lucid Air combines both, together with enormous package space. Designing and developing and manufacturing our very own complete EV powertrain in-house, including the battery pack, electric motors, transmission, differentials, power electronics, our Wunderbox charging system also on display over there, and all the software that controls it, sets us apart as a technology company, unconstrained by traditional limitations. And coupled with a world-class design, see for yourself, and a 0.21 coefficient of drag for aero efficiency, the Lucid Air achieves an unprecedented efficiency of up to 4.6 miles per kilowatt hour, and that in a luxury sedan. As a market leader and technology innovator, we share Wolfspeed's values and mission to provide industry-leading solutions for energy-efficient consumption and a sustainable future. We also believe the best EV technology in the world comes from the US, designed by a diverse American workforce with a great entrepreneurial spirit that this country is known for. Thank you.
Eric, thanks a lot. He made a comment earlier in the day talking about when you talk about an internal combustion engine car, there's gas guzzlers and then there's efficient ones. We're building together very high efficient ones, so we really appreciate the partnership with you. And congratulations on being awarded the 2022 Motor Trend Car of the Year. One more time, how about give it up for these guys? As Eric knows, and you might imagine, I am an early adopter of the Lucid vision because I have my own Lucid Air waiting for me in my driveway. I can tell you it's a joy to drive, and it certainly turns a lot of heads as I drive around the neighborhood, that's for sure. You know, this fab behind me is going to produce semiconductor chips. Chips that are used in electric vehicles and the charging stations for those electric vehicles, but also chips that are used in industrial products like electric motors, network data farms, solar energy installations, and many more applications around the world. This fab produces chips, but they're not ordinary chips. They're special chips. They're not based on plain old silicon, but rather the dramatically better silicon carbide. Silicon carbide chips are significantly more efficient than silicon chips. So what does this mean? It means cars, like the Lucid, will have a longer range and will recharge at a much faster rate. Factory machines and motors will use less energy. Network data farms will be more efficient, and solar installations will deliver more power to homes, making all of us less dependent on fossil fuels. So let me give you a few specifics. 45% of the world's energy is consumed by electric motors. Many of those electric motors are powered with inefficient silicon, which basically means energy is wasted. If we replace those with high-efficiency motors using silicon carbide, it could cut global electricity consumption by a full 10%. That's an amazing amount. If the power supplies and the cooling systems in the world's data centers use silicon carbide, the energy saved could power Manhattan for 1 year. Amazing. This huge wafer fab behind me signifies our ability to deliver more of those silicon carbide chips, which means more innovative companies like Lucid can utilize devices and discover new ways to make an impact on their industries and, in fact, on our world. Now, today's ribbon cutting is not just about this fab. It's a celebration in our journey to make the world a more sustainable place. And we're helping it, and we're making it happen faster than ever with the opening of this fab right in front of you and behind me, right here in Mohawk Valley, New York. 2 years ago, where you are sitting right now and where this fab is behind me was a field of mud. It was an empty field of mud. Now it is a field of opportunity, a field of potential, and a field that shines like a beacon on a hill, illuminating a new, better, and greener way forward in the semiconductor industry. And as we cut the ribbon of this new fab today, we are unleashing new possibilities and ushering in a new era of energy efficiency with the transition in semiconductors from silicon to silicon carbide. Now, you're going to see a Lucid Air over there in a minute. We're not going to use kind of the normal method of getting the giant scissors and cutting some ribbon. We're going to use the cutting-edge technology in the Lucid Air to do just that. John Palmer and John Edmond, two of our founders. Yeah, there it is, watch. John Edmond and John Palmer, who are two of our founders who have been at this company since its birth 35 years ago, are passengers in that Lucid Air. Now I have to make some stuff up here.
Dance quick.
That's okay.
Dance quick, bro.
I will say it has been a 35-year journey. This company was founded 35 years ago on the concept of silicon carbide. And there was a belief and a vision and a kind of goal from John Edmond, John Palmer, and the founders of this company to make this dream a reality at some point. It's been, obviously a super long journey. How am I doing back there, by the way? Okay, we're good. It's been a long journey for the two of them, and they've been along for the ride the entire time. So we only find it fitting that their journey takes this small detour and cuts the ribbon and unleashes the vision they had 35 years ago. So look over to your left, and let's make this official. Oh. All right, I'll go back to page 1 here. Eric, thanks a lot. I did I did ask Tony for no snow and no sun, or no rain, but I didn't ask him about no wind. So next time, I'll put that on the list. We're going to have a little bit of fun here pretty soon. We're hoping we're going to have a little bit of fun here pretty soon. You know, as I am up here, though, I did want to speak to everybody in the community here for a minute. How welcoming you all have been. It's been amazing to me. I've never lived in the state of New York. I didn't know what Utica was all about or anything like that. But from day one when we came up here, the welcome was just amazing. And I talked about, you know, tomato pies and cookies and things like that, but it was beyond that. You guys have engaged with us. We've engaged with you. Our team feels a part of this community and feels like we almost grew up here. So it's something that I think is really inspiring to all of us. And, you know, to think that this fab was built during a time where there was confusion in the beginning, there was fear with COVID and what does it mean and how do you get it and, you know, do you have to wipe everything down and all this kind of stuff. And that stuck with us for 2 years. So the entire 2 years that this thing was built, we had to deal with that. And our team's motto was be ready to make adjustments and to be ready to get things going. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's cut the ribbon. Hurry up. There we go. Take a look. Here he comes. All right. And ladies and gentlemen, the world's first, the world's largest, and the only 200 silicon carbide fab is now officially open in Mohawk Valley. Congratulations. That concludes our remarks for tonight. Please stick around, take a tour, go visit the Lucid Air. We've got some kiosks over there. Thank you very much. Great day.
Where do you want us?
Hey, welcome back everybody, back out front of the unbelievable new Wolfspeed fab. This is unbelievable. This is Rex Felton here, our Senior VP of Wolfspeed's Global Operations. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
It has to feel like that finally we did it feeling, right?
Yeah, it's just an unbelievable day for the entire team. This is 2 years in the making. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears, a lot of calling an audible every week.
Yep.
And this team has just done an incredible job. So to have a great day like today to commemorate the event is just incredible.
Well, to see that Lucid car go through that banner there had to give you a good feeling like, all right, we've made it to this finish line.
That's right. We still got a long way to go, but the work has just been unreal. 2 years ago, this was a field of mud.
Yep.
And now we have a semiconductor fab that is actually running lots today.
And you look around, a lot's happened since that field of mud was right here.
Bet.
And we're in Mohawk Valley. What makes this fab so special?
Well, I'll start with the people. We knew one of the reasons we came here is because we knew we were going to be able to build a great workforce. We've been able to bring a lot of great folks from our North Carolina campus. They've given us tremendous amount of support. We also have a great ecosystem here with the universities. We have great partnerships with them, and we're creating an incredible pipeline that's going to feed great talent into this factory for many years to come.
And to really put it into perspective, Suny Poly is less than a half mile down the road here.
That's right. In fact, we're leasing land from them.
That's unbelievable.
For this site. Yeah.
So obviously then you guys are hoping to see that pipeline really come to fruition.
Absolutely.
Utilizing these local schools to make some incredible differences. And it was great to hear the governor say that in her speech. Tell me exactly what you guys need and we will put it into that curriculum.
Yeah, and it's already been an incredible experience because they've given us support. We had Suny Poly out in Albany. We ran a pilot line there, which created the process we're going to run in this fab. We also had an automation lab in downtown Utica, which created the beta testing we did for the automation. So it's already been a great partnership, and we know we're going to continue to grow on that.
That's absolutely wonderful to hear. And you see that partnership, and then you go to the other side and you go to consumers. Who do you see benefiting from this as far as the Silicon Carbide devices coming out of this fab?
Yeah, so it's a game changer for the industry, the semiconductor industry. Silicon Carbide has now really become the technology of choice, especially for electrification and propulsion in inverters. And so all your big car manufacturers, we go around to them and speak to them frequently, and that shift has occurred. And this factory is going to enable that shift and enable that technology to take hold even faster now.
Well, to hear about that partnership with Lucid that you guys signed, it seems like it already is taking hold.
That's
so
right.
Huge congratulations to you guys.
Thank you.
I hope it feels just as good as all the smiles are currently showing, because it seems like this is the moment for you guys now to take huge leaps into the future of what's possible.
No doubt. And just another thank you to our entire team. It's been a tireless effort. People here in New York, people back home in North Carolina. We could not have done it with this incredible teamwork around, a pretty challenging couple of years for all of us. And so thank you very much.
Yeah, well, you heard it right there. Rex Felton here. He's going to be doing amazing things and will continue to do so here with Wolfspeed. Hey, we are going to be right back with the president and CEO. If he ever frees up, he's got like a line of people to talk to him, but I'm going to bring him right here to you guys on the live stream. Stay right there. To the other side of the tent now we go. Welcome right here, right in front of the Lucid booth. I'm not sure it could get any better of a backdrop here. I'm with Paul Wheeler, the VP and GM of Power Modules for Wolfspeed, the man that makes it all happen, as some say. And others say that he's got the greatest beard at Wolfspeed. True or false?
It's normally the accent that gets commented on, but
That
I hope
is.
you can understand what I'm saying moving forward.
Well, everything's working for you, so congratulations.
Thanks very much, man.
Including this guy right here, right?
Absolutely.
Tell us what we're looking at.
Sure. Well, what you've got here is the Lucid Air Inverter. Depending on the car, they've actually got 2 of these per car. It's got 670 horsepower. That's a lot of performance in such a small package, but only 74 kilograms. So what we're really talking about here is power performance.
Yeah.
This inverter actually gives 3x the performance of its nearest competitor. So a fantastic achievement by the Lucid team.
And you said it's got you guys inside of it. So what advantage is there to having Wolfspeed's XM3 modules in this inverter?
Sure. Well, when the Lucid team came to us, it was all about making it smaller, faster, and more efficient. And Silicon Carbide is the only technology in the world that can enable that.
Yep.
And Wolfspeed are the leaders in that technology. They came to the module team and said we need something really small because we want to set the new baseline in EV technology. And this is what we came up with. This is actually what's inside there.
Look at this guy. I'm going to hold this still for you. Look how small that is.
Yeah.
And this is what's going to make all that power, all that performance.
Correct. There are 6 of those inside this little cabinet here, and that's what drives that 600 horsepower. So it's a fantastic achievement.
So let me just tell you guys a little bit what I'm feeling right now. This puppy's pretty heavy.
It is. It is. Well, it's a lot of power and a lot of heat. And that's part of the great part of Silicon Carbide is that we can get that heat out of the system very, very quickly because it's super efficient.
Well, this is what's going to be coming out of right here, right?
Absolutely.
And how many of these do you think start working off that kind of consumer level? I mean, are these things going to be going lightning fast?
Oh yeah. I mean, this is a fully automotive qualified power module, and as you know, EVs are really taking off fantastically. So the demand for this module is absolutely huge, but we're really happy that Lucid is our first customer that's on the road with this vehicle.
Well, I can understand why you're so happy. Look how beautiful this thing is behind it.
Absolutely.
When you guys were designing this, did you really feel like this is going to end up in the most beautiful car we've ever seen?
Well, you know, when we were working with the team, we were very focused on this box. But when we were able to take a step back and see the car, you know, we could really see where that concept came from. Making this as small as possible to just create a fantastic and beautiful vehicle.
Yeah.
It's a dream come true for every engineer.
Well, you certainly have done an amazing job. Congratulations
Thank
to
you.
you and your team. As I tried to put that in my pocket, he just pulled that from my hand if you saw that. Smart man. But let me bring you back here because I want to show you the vehicle that it is in. This is the Lucid Air Grand Touring, and you want to talk about a beautiful vehicle. Here it is. There's no engine in the front here. This is what's called, get this, a frunk. The size of this thing is industry leading, the largest you can possibly get, I believe, right, Paul?
That's correct. That's correct.
You got golf clubs, throw them in there, a bicycle, throw it in there.
Absolutely.
Maybe take a nap in there if you're interested. So we cut coming down here. How about this one, guys? The Motor Trend's 2022 Car of the Year, and now Wolfspeed's the technology that's making all that happen, especially because it is the longest range currently in the market for EV vehicles.
That's correct. Over 500 miles on a single charge.
Which is hence the Grand Touring effect.
Exactly.
You want to go somewhere, you can do it right here.
Correct.
With that Wolfspeed technology power in that thing.
Correct. And with 1,000 horsepower, you can get there quickly.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing. Paul, good luck with everything today. Thank you for joining
Thanks
us.
very much. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, let me take you over here because we're going to kind of keep rolling around. You can see the excitement going on here. Oh, I just got word right now. I think we have President and CEO coming up right now. So I'm going to jump to the other side of the tent. Stay with us. You're going to want this interview. It's cutting edge. Let's get to it. Some say it was an impossible task, but not us. We got him, guys. After that lineup to talk to this man, the man of the hour, of course it should be. You've made it all happen. And I will say this, you know what they say, Gregg? You can't work with animals, you can't work with children, and after today, now we know that we can't work with Velcro ribbon cutting signs.
You know, the team has been amazing over the last 2 years. When you think about this was a field of mud 2 years ago, and during those 2 years, we had to deal with all the various different things associated with COVID. And here we are opening up the world's largest, the world's first, and the world's only 200 millimeter silicon carbide fab. It's totally amazing. So it's, you know, you can't work with things. You're talking about it, hear what you're saying, but you do work with a team. And we have a great team here, here in the community here developing this technology.
Well, you said it exactly right. It truly is all about teamwork and leadership, and you have it. And I'll tell you what, the way everyone speaks about you can tell that you have such a great vision. And how does the opening of this facility really support that Wolfspeed strategy that you're looking forward to?
Well, we're in a very interesting time in our company's history where we're seeing a rapid adoption and a transition from the traditional kind of old-fashioned silicon world to silicon carbide. And that transition is happening right now, and it's being driven by the demand for more energy efficiency and less dependence on fossil fuels. And that's what we do, basically. We make semiconductor chips that are more efficient than silicon. In an electric car, that means your car is going to drive further with the same amount of battery. It'll charge faster, you know, as well. And so these are huge care abouts. This factory is the world's first, it's the world's only, and it's the world's biggest 200 millimeter silicon carbide fab. And the demand for this product is right now taking off like crazy.
Well, you see this thing, and I got to be honest, the way you speak about silicon carbide is incredible. You got to be a school teacher in your next life, because you would make every kid want to take science class. I mean, you see this thing, there's so many people that put their blood, sweat, and tears into it. This is a new chapter for you guys. What do you hope the future looks like?
Well, first off, if there's any kids out there, please take your science classes, because we're going to be growing like crazy and we're going to need you as engineers. I think from a vision standpoint, we're seeing, as I said, this transition from silicon to silicon carbide. It's in electric vehicles, of course, but it's in a lot of different applications. Vertical takeoff and landing, sort of drones to drone taxis, as an example. It's in personal watercraft to keep, you know, the pristine lakes in upstate New York still pristine, so that you're not leaking oil and things like that in there. It's in forklifts, it's in industrial applications. We're seeing this huge transition, and it's really exciting to see that after 35 years of really developing this technology and the leadership position that we put ourselves in, that vision is coming to fruition.
Well, this has taken a lot of people to get to this point, and it hasn't just been inside the company, it's been partnerships as well. There's probably a lot of companies that are watching from their boardrooms right now. What do you want to say to them?
You know, all of our suppliers and all of our partners, you know, you have such a big influence on our success, and you've been there for us since I've been at this company over the last 5 years, and even during all these pandemic things that we had to deal with, you were still there for us. So I want to say a big thank you from the bottom of my heart. And one thing I mentioned to all of our employees in every single video message that I mentioned to them, that I have for them, is I say, thank you for what you do for Wolfspeed, because what you do makes a difference. And I want to say the same thing to our suppliers and our partners. Thank you for everything you've done for us. What you did has made a difference.
All right, well, thank you for your time today. Congratulations from the bottom of the heart and everyone here at upstate New York. Thanks for putting it here and being a part of this great community and bringing something to the future that's going to change all of our lives.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Hey, we'll be right back with more live stream coming up next. I told you we'd be back with more interviews, but this one is totally off the radar, but I had to grab them and bring them to you guys. This is Todd Larson, president of Suny Poly, which is right down the road. We can literally see it from here, so be honest, tell everyone at home, how long did it take you to walk from your office today to this spot right here?
Well, I'm sort of embarrassed to admit that I didn't walk it. I should have, because it wouldn't have been more than 10 minutes.
You rollerbladed.
Well, something like that.
Yeah.
Right. But we're just so excited, obviously. We've been seeing this come out of the ground for the last, year and a half or so, and to see everything come to fruition is just great.
I think what excited me most about seeing the governor speak was that she mentioned how what happens behind these doors can be implemented behind your doors.
Right.
And we already see that connection between you and now Wolfspeed.
Right.
You're hoping to build that workforce at Suny Poly. Tell us about that.
Well, our partners here at Wolfspeed have been great to us already, and we did, in anticipation of today and what's going to come after today, put some things in place rather early. They have an internship program with us. They're providing scholarships to our students. We have a couple of professorships that we're currently in the process of searching for.
Wow.
So we kind of have this opportunity now to build a curriculum specific to the silicon carbide industry collaboratively with our industrial partners. So it's really great. We're super excited.
As an educator, that is cutting edge, right? You're developing this workforce at such a rapid rate now, and to have these guys in your backyard, it has to feel pretty good.
No, it does. And I think probably the thing to remember is that a lot of these cutting edge technologies, whether it's, silicon carbide chips or AI or many of the other things that are sort of emerging and are going to be important to New York's economy, a lot of times these workers don't exist today.
Yeah.
Right? So we really have to be thinking, if we're in the higher education business, the research is exciting. We're going to do a lot of research with them too. But a lot of what's needed by our citizens these days is workforce development. And it's the sort of curricula that we're doing together with Wolfspeed that are going to prepare people to work in this industry. And, they talked about shovel ready with regard to the building.
Yeah.
But, you kind of want your graduates to be plug and play too, and have them really ready to go when they get here. So it's a unique
Silicon
partnership.
Carbide ready, as we like to say.
Exactly.
Right?
There you go.
Well, if I know anything, it's that the applications for Suny Poly are about to go through the roof when people see what's right in their backyard. Thank you, Todd, for being here today.
Very good to be here,
And we can't wait to see the success that you guys have with Wolfspeed. Hey, stay right there. I have some more interviews coming on the other side of the tent. So let's go. All right, welcome back inside the tent. We're now across the way here from the Lucid stand, and we're talking to these talking booths, as we like to call them. And listen, people are going to be walking through the shot. This place is It's popping right now, is like we like to say. And I'm here with the man that's got something that I've been dying to try all day. Edward Van Brunt, Director of Research Science. I want to make sure for Wolfspeed I got that right. Tell us what
I'm actually just a manager and research scientist, but
I like
thanks for
whatever
the upgrade.
title. Yeah, that was. I think I just got him about $25,000 more a year right there.
Something like that. Anyway, appreciate it.
Yeah. So listen, we're here now. This has been kind of a hot stop for a lot of people. Tell us what this is and kind of walk me through the technology behind it here.
Okay, so what we're demonstrating with this is the thermal conductivity of silicon carbide. And silicon carbide has around 3 times the thermal conductivity of silicon, the incumbent technology.
Wow.
So what I'd like for you to do is this is a little bit of hands-on demonstration.
Yeah, I love hands-on demonstration.
I have to put the mic down, or could you
Here,
hold it for
I'll
me?
hold this, you hold
Right.
that.
So what you're going to do, this is a silicon wafer, the
Yeah.
incumbent technology, and you're going to hold it in your hands like this, make good contact with it.
Okay.
And I want you to do is lightly press into that piece of ice.
Okay.
Don't saw, don't apply too much pressure. You're not trying to crush it.
No cheating is what you're saying.
No cheating.
Okay.
And just feel the way that the ice responds.
Okay. And this is silicon carbide in my hand right
This is silicon. This is the
silicon.
old technology.
Okay, let's
Now,
see it.
just try for a little bit, and then we're going to give you an upgrade.
All right. Let's see. What do you? Can you see that? I'm not sawing. I'm just holding. I'm
All
not.
right.
All right. It didn't do much.
It didn't do much. All right, so I'm going to switch this the other direction.
Okay.
And this is a silicon carbide wafer. You're going to do the exact same thing.
And this is what we're making back there.
That's exactly right.
Okay. All right. And do the same exact thing.
Exact same thing.
All right, let's
And
try
I want
that.
you to pay attention. Just give
Oh my gosh.
it really just zips right through.
Are
it.
you kidding me right now?
And what do you feel in your hands?
Nothing.
No, if you go and feel right there where you did the cutting.
Oh, that's cold.
It's cold
but my
because
hands are not cold.
it's your hands are doing the work here. Silicon carbide is just transferring the heat.
This is the coolest thing that I've seen in a very long time.
It's just wild how quickly it goes through it.
I have no idea what the science is behind it. The good thing is that you do, and you can tell us that this is what the future is all about, correct?
Absolutely. This is a fundamental material advantage that silicon carbide has over pretty much any other semiconductor in the world.
Do you love your job?
I love it every day. Every day is like Christmas.
I can tell he loves his job. I'm coming after his job, but I don't know anything about this. I'm going to leave you to it. Congratulations on a huge day for you and Wolfspeed, and probably the coolest demonstration that I've done in years.
Thank you very much. Pleased to meet you.
You as well. And he's polite. How about this guy? I'm going to keep coming down here. No, you're good. We're going to keep screwing down here. How about, look at this. Hello. The other cool talking booth, everyone's been lining up all day. I'm going to give you this. And I'm actually, Jeff, come on over here. Yeah, Jeff, here, you hold on to that one.
All right.
This is Jeff Maidment, director here at the Mohawk Valley facility. Did I get that one correct?
That's absolutely correct, yes.
He's also Mr. Fun Facts, as people like to say.
We do have a lot of fun facts. So building this factory has been a challenge, but also super fun. So as you see in front of us.
I'm going to come over here with you here. Show us what we're looking at, what we
So
have.
some might think this is just an average beach ball. You play with it on the beach. We actually use it as part of a tool in order to make sure that we can put CRC coating across the whole of the fab. Right there is a picture of what we actually had to do. There's 336 waffle tables in here, which consists of 16,128 holes, which makes 16,128 beach balls that had to go into all those holes. In order to make
Unbelievable.
sure that we didn't get any kind of smearing going on the top, and it looks perfect after it's done.
Do you know everybody at home was trying to write that down as fast as you were saying it? That's almost impossible.
Well, I do like to talk really fast, so I apologize for that. But
look, I mean, you're the man behind so much here, but what makes this Mohawk Valley so important and incredible and special?
Well, this is the first of a kind fab, right? So silicon carbide is going to change the way the world is going to work from now until forever. And to be part of that, to be right here in Marcy, with this community in this spot, not only everybody here is super proud, but everybody in this whole community is super proud. I mean, they're putting the first of a kind, the largest, the only, the world's largest right here in Marcy. I was never from this area. I actually lived in Minnesota, but overseas as well. And I feel like this is my home now. So I couldn't be more proud of what you guys see behind me here. I put everything I had into it with the whole team of the Wolfspeed group. And we're here to stay, and we're here to make all these partnerships really come true.
There's one thing that I found out today, and it's been a theme across every single person that I've talked to, and it comes down to passion. passion for what you guys are doing, passion for what you're building, and it's just another one that I get to speak to here, Jeff, that clearly has that Wolfspeed factor. Congratulations on such a successful day.
Thank you very much, and I owe it a lot to everybody that's here, but to tell you the truth, this is the world's the largest, the biggest, and the most exciting thing that I've been part of in my life. I think you can go anywhere in the world and make money, but there's only one place that I believe we're going to make a difference, and that's right here in Marcy, New York.
How about it? You heard it right here. I got to shake this hand and say congratulations and best of luck, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'll take that for you. And listen, it's been nonstop all day here. I mean, you've gotten to see some incredible people. You've gotten to meet some awesome retailers and investors and people that are making it all happen. But let's take a look at this building one more time. Let's see what this thing looks like, because I do want to say this is the reason we are all here. The state-of-the-art facility is 674,000 square feet with 150,000 square feet of clean room. It's going to create 600 new jobs by 2029. It's 100% automated and automotive qualified, which is unbelievable in itself, and it's going to increase the wafer size from 150 millimeters to 200 millimeters, and that improves that chip yield by nearly 85%. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the brand new Wolfspeed fab, and it doesn't get any better than this. Thank you so much for being here with us today and enjoying this ribbon cutting and knowing that the future starts right here in Mohawk Valley, Macy, New York. Good to see everybody, and thank you for being here. I'm Richard Curtis, and we'll see you next time right here on Wolfspeed TV.